Welcome back to another episode of Breaking the Line. I'm Samuel.
And I'm Charleton.
And he's on his own for this episode of Breaking the Line, where we take a deep dive in the arts of mime and choreography.
That's right. I am on my own.
Can you just, clip out that audio section and be like, on my own, when it says on my own in the song, and just put it over my mouth?
Oh, like in the music? Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. You'll already have seen it, and it'll be great. So.
I have no idea if I'm singing in the right key or...
Yeah, probably not. Who cares?
Anyway.
It'll be great. So anyways, we're doing a song.
Solo August Charleton.
Charleton solo August.
It's Charleton's month. Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I mean, this is
2 days after
June,
your birthday.
but whatever, Yeah.
This is coming out on, Lord willing, the 13th.
Yep.
So close to your birthday.
Close to my birthday. So happy birthday to my grandpa.
30! Got him.
Imagine being 30.
Imagine. I mean, I'll be, 33 by the time this video comes out, so.
You'll be double butts? Okay, anyways.
No! I was going to say I'll be the age of Jesus. And I can never think of that. Never the same way.
So anyway, this is a solo mime. So last week we went over Start Somewhere. At the at the 2016 Mime Camp, presented that. At the 2017 Mime Camp, I presented I Am, which was probably better, but it was still pretty okay.
It was better. I would agree it was better.
Yeah, it was still pretty okay. It followed a lot of lyrics. Honestly, I do still like that song, but I feel like it...
There's not it filled a niche, but we're not talking about that song of a solo mime of God himself. So niche... I think it needed development, but it was a better song than Start Somewhere. You started somewhere, then you were just God, and then you went into this song.
Yep. And so we move on to this, which would be then 2 years later, On My Own. So, I'm still trying to develop mime songs for solo needs. And this one, I kind of went full abstract. So I kind of am leaning into, in this song, a lot less concrete of an idea. So style points are going to go up, clarity probably going to go down. So just a little bit of foreshadow on that. So this song I presented at Mime Camp of 2018 as a solo mime, and actually the year after that, in 2019, I got to teach this song to the people at Mime Camp who wanted to learn it. So that was a lot of fun.
No, we'll get into it.
Let's do this thing.
Ashes Remain.
So yeah, I unironically like this music. It's a banger.
Way better than Toby Mac already. So,
all right. So then here I'm trying to establish that this is all happening in the main's head. That's kind of what this whole sequence is, because then he appears in a cage or in a prison, whatever you want to call it. And I actually invented this technique right here of hitting the wall behind you specifically for this song in an effort to try.
Made a lot of sense to me. If anything, I would just want you to spend more time. I know you have limited time at the beginning, but I felt like it was just too fast. So it's like, it's there, but I see it. I see you're in a cage.
Yep. And so I go really hard. Like pretty much this entire first verse is about establishing the trappedness of the character.
And then we go into the chorus trope.
Yep. And so, this is one of my critiques that I'll get into later, is I do have a repeated chorus. I feel like I really like this chorus as its own choreographed thing, but it kind of needs to have a little bit of variation as the song goes on. So.
Right, variation. Also, I feel like you could do something with it. Because you went abstract, it's open, which is good, but I would want to see the failed ways in which somebody tries to get out. And so here, that little interlude totally did something. You went down the bars and tried to find something.
Yeah, and so here it was supposed to be establishing I'm trying to get out on my own, picking the lock or something, and then I give that up to God.
Yep.
And then I surrender what's going on.
No, this totally you are not doing second act blues because you've developed something. What's tricky is often in songs like this where the chorus is the resolution of breaking out, it gave that little line at the end where you I lay them down, that word. I was like, why are you laying down right there? There wasn't a characteral motivation. I'd almost want you to do the opposite. Say, no, I'm not going to lay it down. This chorus, you develop what it means to lay it down, hesitantly maybe, and developing those ideas so that you can get to the third act, the resolution of okay, laying it down, what does that result in? Which, you're starting to establish here.
Yeah. Oh, so this is actually kind of an Easter egg from a song that I never wrote.
An Easter egg for
It's called Incomplete, where in it I have like a heart that breaks and then comes back together. That is going for incomplete.
An Easter egg that never came out.
Yeah, that's some exclusive information on Breaking the Line that you'll never
hot
get
take here,
anywhere.
right here. Yeah, but then chorus again. So
Yeah, chorus again.
you're gonna
same
lose.
chorus.
You're gonna lose some style points for not having a chorus, but
Yep.
you're gonna get them back from other things.
But also, this is the knee buster song. I don't know if you've noticed how many times I've gone up and down on my knees.
You know what? We don't need knees anymore.
My knees
I always
are
thought the
so
resolution was
lame.
interesting, where you just tried to get out, and he's like, "Cool, now you get a key." But I do like that you don't open the door.
Yeah, I kind of like leave it a little bit abstract of like, well, what happens? What does this mean? Did he get out? Did he not?
You decide down in the comments. Did he get out or did he not?
Escape gang down there.
Escape room gang. Yeah, escape room.
Yeah.
How many escape rooms have we done at this point?
I don't know. I've done.
We'll put a number on the screen.
It's around 10 for me. So.
We've done some escape rooms. It's great. Clarity. No, sorry. I'm jumping ahead. I was trying to start somewhere else. Sorry, that was last week. I don't even know the bit that I'm doing anymore.
Are you trying to start somewhere on your own?
I was trying to break out of the lines or something like that.
All right, so the purpose of message. That's
but that's what we do now.
So purpose of message. So this one, like I said, it was meant to be like an abstract song. It's meant to help you realize like the trapped nature of existence, and that the solution is to surrender to God, who then helps you as he sanctifies you. Like, it's a kind of an abstract message, of course, so like maybe you wouldn't get all the nuances of it, totally understandable, but if you get the idea of, hey, this is a guy who's actually stuck in a box, and
ironic, mime songs.
Yeah, it's almost like that was on purpose, and trying to then get out of the box and what that means, but with a Christian twist, if you will.
No, that makes a lot of sense to me, and I think that fit the message as far as where I'd put this in presentation lineup. I'd say probably somewhere in the middle of set if you're talking to the non-Christian trying to break out, or if you're talking more to the Christian, maybe closer to the end of what is it that you're stuck in your Christian life. You got some options.
Yeah, some options. Yep.
Things that you'd praise about it. The technique is good. You see it. You see the person walking and then getting stuck. I don't necessarily see them getting stuck in their head. I feel like the whole thing is in their head as opposed to just whatever. But as far as the establishing of the technique, establishing of the themes in the storyline, of surrendering being the access to escaping whatever this metaphorical trap is, technique's there.
Yep. That's what I would say for myself. Like, honestly, the establishment of the box, the cage, the prison, whatever you want to call it, I think is one of my favorite aspects of the song, and maybe like one of something that, mind you, inspired a lot in the song that's coming in 2 weeks, that did help me, like, as I'm learning songs and as I'm trying to get better at.
You thought one room was hard, now you got anyway.
Spoilers. You could just literally look it up. Like, solo mimes, and there's like 10 of them. It's like, oh, it's this one.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
But don't do that, anyways.
No, watch those videos, like them while you're there. Subscribe if you haven't.
Like them, subscribe to them. Mash that like scribe even. Breaking the line. What?
Break out of the box or
Bring
something.
me out. Anyways.
Things you critique.
Yeah, critiques. So Second Act Blues is kind of interesting, but not for the reasons that you might expect.
It's there.
It's the chorus act.
Yes.
You know what?
It's the chorus. It's not second act blues. Second act, no. It developed it. The storyline would be, if we're critiquing the storyline, that's my big if. Like, there's holes. It's the line before the first chorus where you surrender too early. I need something different to happen there to give variety. The chorus feels too the same each time, of like, why is this person breaking out, or how is it developing his character? And then second act, like the second verse isn't bluesy. It's like, okay, now he's surrendering, but I didn't see it develop in the chorus at that point. So that's where I would need that storyline to develop somehow. Then just at the very end, while I'm at it, he's like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. It kind of drops out of heaven, literally, a little too maybe on the nose, instead of like him doing something. Oh, that's the access. So that's the key to unlock this mystery. Something, I need that kind of resolution.
Sure. Yep. I feel like absolutely. The something that I was thinking about, that maybe if I was to bring the song back and try to fix it,
This one's more bring-backable.
it's more bring backable. The chorus, I think for like the first chorus, I probably wouldn't do the actions and instead let that be kind of like him trying to break out in more violent ways, like maybe picking up a hammer and smashing up against the wall.
You could almost make it a comedy piece at that point.
Just trying to get through there.
No, you
maybe
could,
not like in a comedy way, but like,
No, I think you have plenty of options. You didn't go down on you went down on your knees. You didn't like try to get out of the wall by like looking under it. You didn't pull out gadgets or otherwise.
Yeah.
What devices would you come up with to try to break out by force as opposed to by surrender? And I think you could totally.
Right. And that I feel like then would clarify a lot of the message of like, you're trying to get out on your own and you need to surrender. And I feel like then by you doing things with your own gadgets is trying to get out on your own.
That line that leans into the first chorus could be him saying no to Jesus, something like he hears that.
I'm ready for you now, or like I'm laying my weapons down. Like maybe he starts to and is like, no way. And then like, the weapon that he's laying down, he stabs the wall. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no. he like holds it up at an anger and then like Moses with the rock uses it anyway. That kind of thing. I think. I
don't know. Something like that could then clarify that a little bit. Maybe the second chorus, probably something a little bit more mellow
towards the chorus, though. I think toward those actions.
Yep. And then finally the third chorus where it gets melodramatic is probably where I would actually do the chorus, and then that would be his kind of moment of surrender.
Right. You could almost then lean instead of finishing the chorus, you could almost stop those motions at some point to give you more time to have the resolution of I'm done doing this, trying it on my own, surrender to God moment, whatever. I think it's redeemable.
Yeah, I think so too. It's been a while since I've done this song too, because the last time I did this, I think maybe like 3 years ago, I taught it to Brooklyn, actually.
I mean, this is like 7 years old at this point.
Yeah, this song's like 7 years old.
Do you feel old yet?
Gosh, I'm old.
Theologically. We're all in a mime box, living in a mime.
Did you hear
about
the mime who got out of the box?
Yep, he finally got to heaven. Wait, no, it's the other way.
Yeah.
Beep. Did you hear about the mime who went to heaven?
He finally got out of the box.
And you can too.
Something gospel track.
Something, yeah, generic gospel. No, it's pretty good.
Yeah, the real OG AIM people.
You know what we're talking about.
Reference.
When you are a mime and you can't share the gospel, and so you hand them this mime track, filled with all the beautiful punny nature of the mime.
Yeah, classic tracks.
But theologically, it's totally fine. It's like because it's abstract. It's hard to. You didn't do anything with like God showing up, except God wants us to surrender. So go figure. You try to do it on your own, and God's like, stop that.
Yep. And with the abstract type songs, you kind of are leaning into like one major principle, and the principle then, of course, is surrender. And with that happening, like there are the theological implications of surrendering and what that looks like. So
you should just do I Sing the Raw as a solo mime then.
Somebody did actually, and
yeah,
it's just.
I feel like that video was not them doing a solo of it, but them
trying to teach it.
That's
what it felt like to me. I think that's probably what it was.
I think that's what it is.
That's how it was presented to me, so I uploaded it as a solo. So
whatever. Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Clarity, difficulty. Actually, I'm gonna leave it to you.
Well, now that I am on my own, clarity, difficulty, style. So, what I would say, like for clarity wise, because this is more of an abstract song, we kind of have this issue of where, like, once again, we talk about the style goes up, clarity goes down. I feel like gets the point across of surrender, and maybe needs a little bit of work to clarify those points, but for the most part, clarity, I don't know. I'd give it maybe like a 6. That's kind of where I'm leaning.
You're not actually supposed to do this on your own. It was just a bit, man. You're supposed to surrender and be like, I need it. Anyway.
I need you.
I think a 6 is about right for clarity, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear. It's just the details of... the storyline is the only thing I'd knock it off on clarity.
Some smoothing out.
Yeah, 6 is solid. Difficulty? You did it. The knee buster.
I don't know. I'd honestly like.
There's a lot of wall.
The establishment of the cage is probably its hardest point.
And characterization. You have to actually, change from desperate to surrender.
Yeah. Have we talked about So Long Self yet?
No.
It suffers with a similar issue to So Long Self with this with the spacing, is because like you can get lost on where the walls are because the walls have to be consistent.
Yeah.
And you, by turning around, moving in different places, maybe you don't know where it is. I tried my hardest, and actually, if you look at the video, when I do the cage bars moving, I actually step about a foot outside of the wall.
Right, which that was due to time lapse at the beginning. You ran out of time to go walk far enough to do the far wall.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you gave more time to establish the walls in different places, then that wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah,
because it was kind of small.
Yeah,
like obviously you tried to show you're trapped, but you had more room to do so.
Yeah, and I feel like in the future version, I'd probably extend the walls a little bit so that way I could do extra things with it.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's neither here nor there. Difficulty, I don't know. I put like a 7.
I don't know if I'd give it a 7. It's definitely difficult. You did it. I didn't. Solo mimes are just harder it is. So if I compare it to other solo mimes, I'm gonna give it like a 5. I feel like it does the work that solo mimes need to do, where you're establishing the scene, you're showing the characterization all on your own, and then you're, when necessary, changing characters. In this case, you didn't have to. So 5 seems like it's. This is what I would call a very solid, like average difficulty in solo mimes.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I think I'm giving myself a little bit too much credit. Probably go to 6.
Yeah.
In actuality, because yeah,
you got to show the 7 and then it like rolling over to the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, future editor Charleton.
You don't have to do that, future Charleton.
Okay. Just undermining me on your own style.
So style, like this is a song that honestly I really like the way that this turned out, like watching wise, because of the nature of like the unique aspects to it. We talk about breaking bounds.
You broke no walls in this song.
Honestly, you know, yeah, I broke walls. And honestly, like I really like the way that like the formatting of this song worked out. So while maybe it lacks in some style of the chorus and, you know, needs some work.
Got lazy on that chorus, man.
It wasn't that I got lazy. It was that that was my, if you watch Start Somewhere, I Am, and On My Own.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
All 3 of them have the exact same issue of repeating the chorus over and over.
And next
again.
week, we'll get into it.
Which one's next week?
Everything to me.
Yeah, and so next week we'll also get into that.
But it starts
that
to
one,
fix it.
It starts to go uphill because I don't do it as much.
Trashily.
Yeah. I kind of actually start getting into the issue of like, you know, from the beginning I've talked about like trying to increase and like change your chorus to make sure that you get progress and stuff like that. I didn't learn that because like I'm so amazing. I learned that because I failed at that for years. You know?
It's true.
They say experience is the greatest teacher.
Yeah.
So.
Did you figure that on your own? Or was that
on my own?
Or was that somebody else critiquing you?
It was mostly on my own.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like it started, I figured it out on my own, and then having people kind of like be like, this is way better. These are the things.
Exactly. Yeah. That positive feedback.
The positive feedback definitely pushed me in the right direction.
Exactly.
So, yep. Did I give my
No.
style number? 10. No, I'm just kidding.
It has style. I will give you that.
I'm feeling like a 7.
I was going to go 6. Feels like it's got a good style.
Yeah.
I think you need to break more walls and, you know, add more gadgets to things.
Adding more of the gadgets, leaning into the like trying to break free on your own aspect. I think that would make the song better.
I need you to use the handle and then the handle door to break off and just write that down. It's not going to be a thing anymore. It's going to be type that out. Type that out.
One day will pens be extinct? Are millennials destroying the pen industry? Top 10 reasons pens are going under.
Number 4 will shock you.
I don't know.
Comment down below about
Pen Gang in the comments. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, I've converted from like paper notes to digital in many ways. So
I have to. It's something that, you know, we're talking about in the college classes that we're taking right now. When I was in my undergraduate, I always use notebooks and pens. I had one notebook and a pencil attached to that notebook for every single individual class for my entire undergraduate career.
Nope, same. I had different color coordinated notebook binders with pages and the textbooks slipped in there. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's when I started carrying pens in my left pocket and pencils behind my ear, which I no longer do. But for music school, you need pencils because you do a lot more erasing. And so, I'd always had a pencil behind my ear if you knew me in the 2013 days.
Yeah. And then nowadays, nope, never.
Yeah,
Like
just
I haven't.
bring your laptop, close it, done.
Yeah, I bring my laptop and type. Anyways, neither here nor there. It has nothing to do with On My Own. So,
Good night.
style. Did you?
Yeah,
you
6. This was the outro.
This was the outro. Oh, we're really bad at outros, aren't we?
We've lost all our crowd at this point because
they've already clicked off.
They stop watching when we get to the ratings.
Yeah, we give the final rating like done. Get out of here.
No, before that. As we start rating it, it's when the viewer dips.
Oh, okay.
Statistically, but yeah, no, I don't care.
Yeah,
we're not doing that for you. We're doing it for you.
We're doing it.
We're still
us.
here.
I mean, for you, yeah.
That are still here after all our ramblings. Because I'm Samuel.
And I'm Charleton.
And you already knew that. Breaking the line.